Listen to me carefully. If you can't sit still for the next few minutes, leave now. This is not for the distracted. This is not for the weak. I'm not here to tell you everything will be okay. I'm not here to pat you on the back. I'm here to say one thing, loud and clear. Stand up. Because life doesn't care if you fall. The world doesn't stop when you're on the ground. It will keep moving. It will leave you behind. The only question is, will you stand up or stay down? Think about it. Every single hero you admire, whether in anime, in sports, or in life, was knocked down first, broken, rejected, laughed at. But what made them different? They stood up, again and again and again. Tanjiro lost everything in one night. His family gone. His sister turned into a demon. Most people would collapse. Most people would quit. But Tanjiro carried Nezuko on his back. Through the snow, through pain, through enemies he had no chance against. Every time he was knocked down, he stood up. Why? Because his love, his mission, his fire was greater than his pain. Deku, born without a quirk. Imagine that. In a world where power defines everything, he had none. People laughed at him, bullied him, told him to give up. But instead of crying forever, Deku stood up. He trained, he pushed, he broke, his bones literally broke himself, and kept going. Because dreams don't belong to the lucky. They belong to the ones who stand up for them. Saitama, the strongest man alive. But do you know his secret? It wasn't luck. It wasn't magic. It was standing up every single day when nobody cared. 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, running, pain, sweat, no applause, no followers, just standing up and showing up every single day. That's what turned him into One Punch Man. And Goku, the man who gets beaten more than anyone, crushed, broken, dead. But what makes him special? He smiles, wipes the blood off his face, and stands back up. Every fall makes him stronger. Every defeat becomes a lesson. He never stays down. And that's why he keeps rising. Now let's step out of anime. Look at the real world. Ronaldo, poor kid from Madeira, no fancy training, no privilege, no easy road. He trained when others slept. He worked when others laughed. He was rejected, mocked, doubted, but he stood up. Again, 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 until the whole world knew his name. Messi, too small, too weak. Doctors told him he wouldn't make it. Clubs rejected him. People laughed at the idea of him playing pro football, but he didn't stay down. He stood up, fought through treatments, fought through rejection, and became one of the greatest players in history. Michael Jordan, cut from his high school basketball team. Imagine that the man people call the GOAT was told you're not good enough. Most kids would quit. He didn't. He stood up, trained harder, pushed further, and built a legacy no one can erase. Oprah Winfrey, fired from her first job as a news anchor. They told her she wasn't fit for TV. Did she give up? No. She stood up, fought through rejection, and became one of the most powerful women in media. Steve Jobs, fired from his own company. Imagine that, building something, only to be thrown out. Most people would disappear. Jobs stood up, learned, returned, and changed the world with Apple. Do you know why standing up matters? Because pain is not your enemy. Comfort is. Pain teaches you. Every failure shows you something new. Every scar proves you survived. But comfort keeps you weak. Comfort whispers, stay here, it's safe. And if you listen, you rot. Life will test you. It will throw storms, betrayal, failure, rejection, and every test asks one question. Will you stand back up? If you do, you win. If you don't, you lose. It's that simple. Psychologists will tell you your brain loves comfort. It rewards you for lying in bed, scrolling, doing nothing. But here's the dark truth. Comfort doesn't mean peace. Comfort means decay. Every time you stay down, you train your brain to quit. And once quitting becomes normal, success becomes impossible. But when you stand up, something powerful happens inside you. You create momentum. The first rise is the hardest, but once you rise once, the next one gets easier. Just like Goku powering up, just like Saitama pushing limits, each stand-up rewires your brain to believe, I don't break. Listen, you can't just say, I will try. That's weak. Identity is stronger than motivation. If you say, "I'm lazy, but I will try," your brain will drag you back down. But when you stand and declare, "I am the kind who rises. I am the kind who never stays down," your brain rewires itself to follow that command. That's how Ronaldo plays after failure. That's how Messi carried Argentina when the world doubted him. That's how Tanjiro stood back up, even when he was broken, bloody, out of breath. So from now on, every time you fall, I want one thing in your head, one chant, one command. Stand up. Say it with me. Stand up. Louder. That's the spirit, because see, when you stand up, you kill weakness. When you stand up, you prove the world wrong. When you stand up, you transform into someone unstoppable. When you stand up, you already have taken the first step towards your goal. At the end of life, people don't regret the times they stood up and failed. They regret the times they stayed down and never tried. Think about it. Nobody on their deathbed says, "I wish I had wasted more time scrolling, sleeping, hiding from the world." No, they say, "I wish I had fought harder. I wish I had spoken up. I wish I had tried one more time." Regret is heavier than failure. Failure hurts for a moment. Regret chains you for life. When you stand up and fail, you gain scars, but you also gain lessons, pride, proof you lived with courage. But when you stay down, you get nothing, just silence, just wasted years. Imagine 30 years from now, looking in the mirror. You see a version of yourself that could have been stronger, smarter, faster, more successful. And the only reason you didn't become that version is because you refused to stand up. That is regret. And if that thought doesn't burn you alive right now, you're not awake yet. So listen, every time you think about staying down, ask yourself, will this choice create pride or regret? If it's regret, then stand up. One day, people will look at you, and they won't see someone who never failed. They won't see someone who always had it easy. They'll see someone who stood up every single time. They'll see your scars and call them proof. They'll see your failures and call them lessons. They'll see your battles and call them victories. Because standing up is not just about survival, it's about legacy. Your family will remember it. Your friends will respect it. Your children, your community, even strangers will learn from it. Because nothing inspires more than a human being who refused to stay down. So, listen one last time. You will fail exams. You will forget answers. You will face rejection. You will feel lost. That is guaranteed. But what is not guaranteed is whether you start. That part is up to you. So when your marks are low, when your dreams feel impossible, when the world laughs at you, don't stay down. Don't quit. Don't surrender. Take a deep breath. Wipe the sweat. Wipe the tears. Look at your books, your goals, your future, and whisper, "Is that all you got?" Then stand back up. Open that book again. Push one more time. Because every time you stand up, you're not just studying, you're building a mind, a spirit, and a life that refuses to lose. And one day, when success finally arrives, it won't just be about the grades or the trophies. It will be about who you became, the student who never gave up. Remember this, failure is a moment, but standing up makes you unstoppable. Now, I want you to type this in the comments so it burns into your brain. I stand up. Say it, write it, own it. Because the moment you believe it, you've already won.